Welcome to the Emo Social Club podcast, broadcasting to you live from emosocialclub.tv. I am Brian.
And I'm Lizzie, and we're finally back here on the stream, and our first guest back is Tyler of Safe Face. So thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, dude.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
The perfect intro is always just, hi.
Hi.
Like, sup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself. Tell us about the band. Tell us about all that. We're already fans. We already know you're great. We already like the band. We see you every time you're in town. So why don't you tell everybody who is, as we said, fucking up, what they need to know?
Yeah. Well, I'm not that interesting, but Safe Face is a band from New Jersey, and we're really good, and we write really good music, and we play it really good, and people who like it are really cool. And if you're like, oh, I'm a cool person, then you probably would like the music. And I don't know what else to say without one of you holding my hand to get me to say, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, we're a band and we're good.
Hell yeah.
That's all I got. Honestly,
like, without, you know, have you watched Parks and Rec? Is that a show you've watched?
I've seen it. Yeah.
There's like there's a scene where like the character Andy's in a band, and this guy like comes up and looks at an album and he says, "What kind of music is that?" And they just go, "It's really good." Yeah. And he like buys a CD for like $10, and I'm like, that has never happened. It should, but that has absolutely never happened.
I mean, that's probably what I would say. So I'll let you know if it works.
I mean, we're going to be at Riot Fest with you. We'll stand behind you and just see like, oh, I wonder if like, you know, any CDs get sold off that. Well,
yeah, we can sell one thing and I can't sell it. They have people that sell it for you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know if we're going to sell anything yet, but maybe in the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like off-brand reprints of Safe Face merch, but it's like badly printed?
That'd
so
be pretty
it's going to
funny.
be like rare?
Bootleg stuff, but like we're making the bootlegs. That'd be awesome. I mean,
it's very meta.
Bootleg style is like what's popular right now anyways. So people are kind of already doing that, but it would be funny if we had like, that would be really good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone would buy it from us in the parking lot, and then I feel like it wouldn't be as like an authentic experience if you were just selling it in the festival. But
you could probably put it on like your Twitter and like Insta and be like, guys, there's rare bootleg Safe Face merch that we individually are selling outside of the park afterwards.
I wish I had this idea sooner, because I would make like a tour shirt, but it's just for Riot Fest, and like we're headlining, and all of the band's fonts are like really, really tiny. Like that'd be a really good shirt. But now there's like not enough time.
Sans.
Yeah. Like next time, I guess. But damn, yeah.
The next time. This is your first time playing Riot Fest, right?
No, it is. We played in 2018, so it'll be our second time, and I mean, the band's so different, so yeah, I guess sure it kind of is our first time, but like, no, I played in 2018. It was like best experience ever. So I'm really excited to play again, even though festivals like really stress me out a lot. I just don't like the thing where it's like there's bands all playing at the same time. Like we're playing during like Jimmy Eat World. I don't want to play during Jimmy Eat World. Like I'm able to do it. And I'm grateful
it's like,
to be there.
I'm going to do it, though.
Yeah.
Like, could you meet Jim Atkins backstage and be like, can we have a band off?
Well, the funny thing is last time I met Finn Wolfhard backstage, whatever his last name is. I said it wrong. The Stranger Things person.
Yeah.
And I mean, sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. I don't
I think you're right.
That show, really. But
I think that's correct, yeah, from Calpurnia.
Yeah, that band played, and then he was at catering, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I need to get a picture though. You know what I mean, man? Like, come on. Like you're that guy. And this was like, I think it was just the first season was out or something too.
I think it was like the first or second season. And then I remember everyone's like, who are these children on stage? Because they were like 13 or 14 years old, like actual children.
Yeah. I wish there was a way that I could like show you that photo right now, but I don't even know how I would find, because I was like 2 phones ago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that photo exists. It's somewhere. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool if they could just like maybe Jimmy Eat World could just like take 5 and then we could play real quick or something. But it'll be fine. It's just like, do you really need to hear the middle again? Is really the question. If you do, then you know what? Go ahead. But,
I mean, we're at a wedding.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got to play for all the white people at a wedding because
for sure
they go ham.
The culture.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it still goes off.
Oh yeah, it goes hard. It's just if you could live without hearing the middle again, maybe come check us out for like 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but, I mean, just remember, Jimmy World has an after show. You can go hear the middle there.
There you go. Yeah. We're not doing an after show. Yeah.
And guess what, guys? It's probably the last song anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Just roll through at the end. And we won't even be playing. Like, they encapsulate our set. Like, they start, and then like 15 minutes goes by, and then we play 30 minutes, and then we are done, and then they still have like 15 minutes. So
that's kind of perfect.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You could work it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out, you know. But yeah, I don't know. That's Riot Fest, I guess.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
So like the festival stressing you out, is that just because it's like I could imagine being backstage and like there's just so much shit going on that it's
yeah, the logistics of a festival just stress me out. Like I just don't like. You find out when you play, and then you play, and I just like a show where it's just like everyone plays at one time, and that's like it. Happy to do it. I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful. It's just it's more stressful to me than a regular show, but it'll be fun. You know, it's crazy. It was fun in 2018. It'll probably be fun this time.
I can imagine. I just there's so many like new festivals that have popped up. Like, I guess post COVID, post pandemic. You know, we're all healthy and good now. Everything's fine. Yeah. But like. Since then, it's just like so many festivals have come up, and just a lot of bands are like doing the festival circuits. But like when we were at the Wonder Years tour earlier this year, I'm like, this just seems like a more fun environment. Like a lot of bands on a bill, like everybody is there for like the whole show. You're having a good time the whole time, and like I kind of like doing that when I think about like we just did Lollapalooza here, and I'm like, man, like I saw like. 4 bands, just give it their all, crush a set. And then I went home.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I guess I didn't really go to a lot of festivals growing up. So maybe if I did, I would like, so I feel like some people like really love festivals, and that's cool. Maybe I just didn't like go to enough. Like I didn't even really go to Warped Tour all that much. Like maybe like once or twice. And like in New Jersey, we had Bamboozle. Mm-hmm. That was pretty legendary. I went to that a couple times, but other than that, not really like a festival person, but Riot is really, really awesome. So I'm really, really excited for that.
Well, last time you were playing, you had kind of, like you said earlier, you had kind of a different sound. And then I also saw on Twitter, somebody was like, hey, are you ever going to do something like Mercy again? Mm-hmm. And you're like, this is just what we're doing. We're having a good time. We're having fun. Yeah. So with, any type of like new music or anything that you would have coming out, would you still stay in line with what you have here with Another Kill, or would you try to maybe go somewhere else and explore different things musically?
I mean, it'll probably be more like this, I guess. I did like a podcast yesterday, and a similar kind of question was asked, and the answer that I have is like, as different as this is, it's also like not that different. Like under the hood, it's like pretty similar. I think it's a lot better, but I feel like a lot of the differences are pretty surface level. Like, for all the people that want to make like the MyChem comparison for better or for worse, like, if you want to say we're ripping off MyChem, like I was ripping off MyChem on Folly. Like, where were you in 2016? Like, there's my chem lyrical references on Folly, and it's like I had to cover myself in blood for you to all of a sudden say that like we sound like, it's just like that's the thing that makes you think we sound like my chem. Like it's just kind of silly when you think about it. So ultimately the band sounds like it does now because this is like how I feel and like what I want to do. And I think like the biggest thing that I could point to that could influence that, aside from the fact that I started to feel very bored with music and I needed to do something to make it interesting, and to feel like playing music was like worth getting out of bed and getting really discouraged like every day, because like that's like what it is. Like the only things that I like are writing songs and performing songs. Everything else is pretty miserable, honestly. Like being on the internet and like touring could be fun, but also it's like the novelty of traveling can wear off for a lot of people. And it's like, a lot of this isn't that fun. Like the fun parts are writing, performing, the creative parts, being with your friends for sure. But like there's so much discouraging shit. So like to go through that dance and like put yourself out there and continue to feel like either no one cares or whatever, like if you don't have like really compelling art that makes it worth it to you, like you're going to be a miserable person. And I've been a miserable person like many times. So like I had to do something different to make it exciting. And that's what this is. And I think the only other thing that affected that was like when we did Folly and Merci, like even Merci, that record was written and recorded before our label Epitaph got involved. So when they wanted to get involved with what we were doing, I delivered them something that was done. And there's something very different, or at least for me, and maybe this isn't the case for everybody, but there can be something very different when people like want to work with you, like going into an album knowing that we have like this label behind it or these resources behind it, and knowing that like we can now utilize this platform, that can change what you want to do with the art and like what feels possible with the art. Merci was made completely DIY, and I was prepared for it to be the only like album that we would put out, like full length album, and we would maybe get to tour it and then we'd break up, and then they reached out. So now it's like, okay, well, Another Kill is the first record that I made knowing that we had support like that. And that changes a lot of things. Now it's not only like, oh, now we can do maybe this, this, or this, but now it's also like, well, now this is coming out on this label that means a lot to me, means a lot to like music that like I like. And what do I want to do with that? Do I just want to make like fucking whatever? Maybe. Do I want to like be more ambitious with it? Like maybe. So like it was kind of like a combination that in terms of new music, probably kind of sound like this, I guess. Yeah, because now I kind of know what I want to do with it. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it for a while. It's like, oh shit, now we can like do it. The band's A, not breaking up, and B, like it's coming out in this late. Like, what are we gonna do? And a lot of time was spent just figuring the answer to that question out. And now I feel like I kind of know, and it's this. So
perfect. Also, like the Jersey comparison of like you guys to My Chem, I'm like, My Chem was ripping off the Misfits.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Everybody's
Big
ripping
time.
somebody off. Like, I don't get.
There's
that
probably like a chart
point.
or it's a graph you can make, definitely, that's like, okay, here's the New Jersey bands.
Mm-hmm.
Who keeps ripping off each other? And then it's like
Yeah.
a tree.
it's just like, who the fuck cares? It's like, and it's also like not my goal. Like, if you think we sound like My Chem, that's great. If you think that's awesome, that's great. If you hate that, that's great. I don't care. The reason our band sounds the way that our band sounds is because in 2019, when I was on tour with a band called Just Friends, their singer Sam, who's one of my good friends, was very aware of how lost I felt in music and how disenfranchised I felt in music. We were in Columbus, Ohio. We went to the McDonald's across the street from Big Room Bar, and I got a Happy Meal. And he was like, you should consider doing this instead of, because I was showing him like, I think I'm going to write music like this. And he's like, well, what about this? And it was like things we were referencing. It was just like a darker, more serious take on a band. And he was like, I think you could really, this feels more natural. Like, I know you and this feels more natural. So the second half of 2019 was like kind of planting those kinds of seeds with song ideas, and the beginning of 2020 was like fleshing them out. And I would show it to people and they'd be like, this sounds like my chem. And I'd be like, cool. But like, here's the thing. My chem wasn't back in 2019. Right. Nobody had my chem hysteria again like they do now in 2019. Nobody would want to do that.
Right.
So that was like, that literally could not have been like an influence in terms of like deciding like, oh, we're gonna do the MyCam thing, like, because it's relevant. Like it wasn't relevant. That wasn't part of the conversation. It was, you should write music that is trying less to be like a poppy pop punk band, and you should just write what feels right. And this is probably what you could do. And I started doing it, and these are the songs that came out of that. And then it just so happened that now it's being released in an environment where there's a lot of like early 2000s like kind of revival and like culture, and that's just convenient if nothing else. You know what I mean? And ultimately I don't care. Like, I love it. Like every time I put the word Slipknot in a caption on a post that we make, there's people who get so upset, or not even upset, but they need to know, they need to make sure that I know that they think we don't sound like Slipknot. And I'm like, thank you for commenting, because now someone who doesn't give a fuck about that is going to find the video or the post and they're going to like my band. So like, I legitimately love it. It's great. You could call us whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. For every dumbass, there's going to be a new person looking for their favorite band, and we could be that band for them. And like, that's all I care about. So yeah, I don't know. It's all love.
And for everybody that makes fun of you, you also have a new T-shirt idea too, which also
make fun of me. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
That gay Slipknot T-shirt, as soon as I saw it at the at Cobra Lounge, right? That's where we got. Yeah. I was like, that's the greatest shirt. I'm going to wear it all the time. And now I need to make sure I'm not wearing it on Zoom calls at work, because everyone's like, your shirt say gay Slipknot? I'm like, it sure fucking does.
I bet it does. I wear the long sleeve that you guys had because I didn't realize it was there. And I'm like, oh, that's like really cute. So I, because it looks like professional, so I'll wear it when I teach. And then I'm like, everyone's like, oh, what's the little thing? And I'm like, don't worry about it. Don't come near me.
That's awesome. The whole span.
I'm like, don't come near me.
That's sick. Yeah. I mean, that's like, the funny thing about it is just like, that was like the biggest gift possible. Referencing, I don't know if anyone will hear this that doesn't know, but like, we put out Glitter, there was someone left a comment that was just like, it's like a gay Slipknot. And like, I don't know what the intent behind that was, but like, that was the greatest gift you could have ever given me. Like, you have no idea what I will do with that one perfect YouTube comment. And sold a lot of those shirts. I really appreciate that person. And people love it, and it's fun. I mean, I made the design in like 10 minutes, and I just sent it to like, the band, and was like, haha, that'd be funny, right? And then everyone was just kind of like, yeah, we should print it probably. And I was like, well, I don't know about that. But then, I mean, thank God, yeah, people love it, so it's a lot of fun. And it's cool, yeah.
Now, will you ever make gay Slipknot booty shorts? Because I know you did the athletic booty short runs.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. I thought about doing like a new variant of the Slipknot shirt, because there's so many of them out there that I feel like if we did like another one that was different enough, or like a different color, maybe people would still want that to add to their gay Slipknot collection. And then maybe we could pair it with some shorts. That would be pretty cool. We need to get another picture of us in jumpsuits. We don't really get a lot of those, so we got to take some probably. There's also the interesting question of like what happens in a post jumpsuit era of Safe Face. which I'm figuring out right now.
Will it just be masks and makeup?
Yeah, it'll be just masks.
Yeah, nude, but with masks.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. The thing is too, like the jumpsuits like won't die. Like we're gonna do something different, but they'll probably come back. You know what I mean? Like they will. You know, like maybe for like a particular show or tour, like we would bring them back. But I'm definitely like I don't want to. There has to be evolution, and it's got to be like not too drawn out. So when new music comes around, you can expect there will be a shift for sure.
This is something I've wondered every time I've seen you too. How many like sets of jumpsuits do you have? Just assuming that they get absolutely disgusting during tour.
Yeah. The answer is 17.
Perfect.
There we go.
One for every member of Slipknot.
Yeah. The I guess the extended answer is like there's 17 total, but various people have played in the band, and with that, some are tailored, some are not. Different people wear different sizes of jumpsuits, so we don't necessarily bring 17 to every tour, but I do make sure that everybody has at least one extra. Some of those are tailored to everybody, but everyone has at least one extra, and they're absolutely necessary because. And it's funny when people ask that question from like a laundry perspective, like, oh, like, do you have extras because they get gross? We have extras, and they also get gross, but those two things have nothing. Like, they're just gross. I hate to break it to you, it's disgusting. And we wash them a lot less than you would hope. I promise you that. But it's more of like, I haven't done a tour where I haven't broken mine, like at least a couple of times. And I mean, it's not even just me. I know Paige will break hers quite a bit. It's everyone's jumpsuit has gotten some damage. I am just the biggest culprit of like tearing mine in half along the back, and then like I have to, luckily we've been able to make it happen. So, I've always had like a complete one for the most part to finish a tour, and like we've gotten them repaired on tour. But like I really got to learn. Like I got to get like a sewing machine, or like it's not even enough to like. You can't really hand sew and like fix it. Like you have to use like a sewing machine to like do it right. I'm stupid. I don't know. This is just what's been told to me. But
there's somebody who's a tailor out there who will tell you like sure how to fix it.
on the last like two of the last tours we did, Wonder Years and then with Spanish Love Songs. Spanish Love Songs was on both tours, obviously their headliner, and then they were on the Wonder Years tour, and Meredith had experience like making clothing repair, and when we were in Nashville, she repaired a lot of them. And that was really convenient for us, but the amount of times where that scenario will be a thing are probably slim to none. So I really need to develop more of a contingency plan, I think. Luckily, both the two tours we're doing next are like 7 shows. So hopefully that's simple enough.
They survived the trip.
We could really just put out a PSA. Any bands playing Riot Fest, be ready to sew.
Yeah, if you know how to sew on the spot, it'd be helpful.
Now, if Jim Atkins, if he just knew you ripped your suit, would he be like, "Yes, Bessie, I will stop playing the middle right now"?
That'd be amazing. I don't know.
Challenge Jim Atkins.
I hope so. Yeah. We'll see.
Doesn't strike me as a sewist. A seamstress. A seamster.
That was really good.
Sewist.
That seems really aggressive.
That's pretty funny.
It's a sewist.
Jesus.
Look, whatever. He's just gonna play Sweetness, and then he's gonna sew a
jumpsuit.
something.
I mean, more to the point, look, Jim, if you're trying to get in one of these, I will have extras. So just hit me up before you start. I'll provide it. That goes for anybody playing Riot Fest. If you want to get in a jumpsuit, all you got to do is ask. And I promise it will be clean. For Riot Fest, at least, because, you know.
Anything afterwards is on you personally.
Yeah.
It'll be clean, I swear. Oops.
Yep.
So on this upcoming tour that you have, obviously Chicago date is Riot Fest. Would you want to talk about the rest of the tour? That's, you know, it's a shorter tour, but still fun.
Yeah, with 4 Years Strong, Microwave, 2 really great bands. 4 Years Strong was a pretty important band for me when I was a little younger, and Microwave is an amazing band. And I mean, they were the band that we were supposed to do tour with. Like that was like our like COVID cancellation tour. Like I feel like everybody had a tour booked, and then COVID, you know, canceled all the tours. And that one, it was us and Microwave. So it's cool to get to do something with them now, to kind of get some redemption. And all the bands are great, and I'm excited. And I mean, all kind of like southern states. So if you live in like the South, I guess maybe come to a show. Or like if that's too vague, I guess like go on our social media and look at. I honestly couldn't tell you the dates. I could like just kind of name cities out of order with no dates. Like we're playing Columbus and Richmond and the Carolina, like, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't tell you when. I guess in like a couple weeks if you're listening live.
Yeah.
And you're excited at the prospect of that. So that's like right after. And I'm excited to do 2 short tours because I'm still really tired from doing our other tours that were great and exhausting and fun.
Yeah. Mike, man, you just like, because I felt like the Spanish Love Songs tour was like on your way back from doing the entire country with Wonder Years. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, you're just like, you're not even just flying home. You're like, no, we're going to drive home and we're going to do the same like victory lap around the US.
Much. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, that one got cut short. So, I mean, if anything, if you were going to see us play on that and then the show didn't happen, odds are we're probably playing near you on this. So I guess that's exciting. But yeah, I'm excited.
Is like, so with the change in sound, is it like a lot of this is because like, you know, the Wonder Years sounds like the Wonder Years and you guys sound like you. And I'm like, those sounds, you know, it's Reese's peanut butter cups, 2 great flavors that taste great together, but obviously very different from what it was before. Have you heard that reference to your music before?
Wow.
Have I heard the reference in wait, I'm sorry. Like what? I was so enamored by the analogy that
I'm like, have you heard that analogy to like the tours before where it's like 2 great tastes taste great together?
Oh yeah.
But obviously like there's obviously a difference there of like the sounds and bringing like the energy that Save Face brings and the energy that like the Wonder Years bring, Spanish Love Songs brings. I'm like, it's a very like, and for me, like I love the idea that there are different types of bands on a show, but like, how has that been to like bring your sound with these bands that like are not necessarily in the same line, but are also
I think
like,
it's cool. I'm gonna awkwardly like swallow these. I'm gonna swallow these pills, but it's not like that. All right.
Okay.
No,
it's
no
just,
actual like hard drugs.
It's a Centrum vitamin. Take it easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Take it easy.
Come on, guys.
Kids don't do hard drugs.
Come on, guys. Do some vitamins. No, you got to do it.
Yeah, we don't fit in with anybody. We keep trying to brainstorm tours, and I'm like, there is not a band that sounds like Thursday or the Used or something. I don't know. Like, there's nobody that it's like this should happen. So it's like, where can we stick ourselves? And I think it like I like being the weirdos. I like being the freaks on the bill. Like, it's fun. it just underscores like how much we set ourselves apart. And I like that. I like that about our band. And it's fun trying to figure out like if we can win people over too, because we end up on a lot of bills where the bands sound like very similar. That doesn't even really happen thus far. Like the Mom Jeans tour was pretty all over the place. I guess those three bands probably sound more alike than we do. Maybe a little bit. And then Wonder Years, it was like Spanish and Wonder Years definitely are pretty cut from the same cloth sonically, I would say. Gami, not so much. Mm-hmm. But I guess we are, no matter what, we are kind of like the freaks, and I like that. So it's just fun, and we don't got time for someone to sit on a fence. Like you have to see us, and you have to decide if you love it or if you hate it and you think it's the cringiest thing you've ever seen. And both answers are great. I love them both equally. Sometimes I even love it more. We played a show in Toronto. They did not like us. It was awesome. And then like I'll say that, and then it's like we go home, and then I get all these DMs about, you gotta come to Toronto. I have so many friends that want to see you. And I'm like, were you at the last one? Because it seemed like nobody, like to the point where like you get like dirty looks. Like I remember Toronto, like I'm sorry, it was like London. It might've been London, Ontario. Just people like, you know, we're all being freaks, and I'm being like super like cheeky on stage, and they're like mad. And
they're like mad mugging you from the audience.
Yeah,
We're like, what is this?
Yeah, they don't want to put their hands up. They're too cool for that. And oh, it's so great. It's so good, because if nothing else, like you don't have a choice. Like I get to be on the stage for the next 30 minutes. So either watch it and hate it or like leave. Like that's awesome.
And there's no re-entry, so then you're gone. So who wins here?
I guess in that case. And it's not even like it's just, I just think it's fun. I just think it's like, what a weird experience to like be doing something that someone like paid to be there, and then they don't like it. Like that's such a funny scenario that person's in. And it's all because I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing. Like that's fun. Like that's a fun little special scenario that doesn't really happen a lot. So I really enjoy it, and I'm just trying to weed everybody out. I just want everyone to pick a side. If you hate this band, it will help me find someone else who likes the band. It will help. And you think it won't, but you're going to say something to somebody because you just got to let them know your opinion, because everybody needs to let everyone know their opinion. Yep. And you're going to say how much you hate this band. And maybe it's not the person you tell. Maybe it's the person they tell. But somehow, because of you, someone will find this band and they will love it, and it will save their life. And I will be so happy that you talk shit. So it's all great. I just want to confront you and make you make a decision.
So you wanna get really aggressive and just be like, is this cringe or nah?
Yeah, I mean,
and just like answer me.
It's not even about being aggressive. It's just like what's going to happen. Like we're gonna keep touring. We're gonna show up in a space that you want to be in, and you're gonna have to decide. And I'm not going to stop until we all want to stop. So you're going to just like make a decision. But it's not like I'm entitled to your time thing. It's more of like, you're going to make a decision. You're going to, because everybody wants to have an opinion too on it. So it's like at a certain point, you're going to stop thinking you know what's going on, and you're going to like check in and be like, okay, like what is this? That's the whole point of the live sessions we put out, is like doing all these tours, and like, people are coming. People are making these decisions that we're talking about. People are finding the band. People are liking it. People are hating it. Maybe, probably, I don't know. And the one thing is that I still feel like there's people who haven't got to a show, or think they already have this band figured out, or whatever it is. So like these sessions that we put out were like an exercise in like documenting how good this band is, and then making it so you're going to have to try to like, you're going to have to go out of your way to like still avoid this, because now it's right in front of you. Now it's on your Twitter, and it's like, if you're going to scroll past it, you can scroll past it, but like, I know you saw it. I know like, you know what I mean? Like
I got your Twitter impression. I know, I see you.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm obviously like, there's like a very big, like, it's hard to reach people. Like, there's a kid's going to post like, like a fucking like fail video today that's going to get 2 million like views on TikTok, and like bands are, trying so hard to get seen. So like, I don't mean it like that. I'm not like, obviously it's hard to get seen, but like, what I also know is that people who like are I'm talking more to like the people that could see us, but like aren't, or think they have it figured out. It's like, okay, well, here's these sessions are really good. So if you want to hate on it, you can't like hide behind like the excuse of like, well, oh, I didn't know that they were good, or, oh, I never got to a show. It's like, all right, well, now and then if you see it and you get really insecure and like you hate it, like that's fine too. But I'm just helping you. Like, I'm doing this for you. Like, I'm being very generous, and like, we're gonna make the content and put it on your timeline, so that way you don't have to work so hard and like get to the show and everything. You can just decide. But if you do like it, then we'd love to see you at a show. And that's the other great thing is like, I think it's a really great testament to like what this band is, and we've already seen like a lot of people find the band in just the last couple of weeks from these videos, and that's like the most exciting thing, and like really like rewarding, and really grateful for that people are like finding it, and that the people who like it resonates with are like letting us know, because that's really nice.
Found that like just the experience of seeing a band live just like really. Like, there have been bands where I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I don't really get it. And then I see the band and I go, oh, I understand everything now, and I love them, totally, and I'm going to listen to them all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we're a band like that for some people, that's great. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty different thing live. We try to put on a show, and you're not going to get that from the recording. And I mean, the live session is like a taste of that. But it is different when it's on a stage,
So what can we expect taste-wise at the Riot Fest set?
I don't really know. Like, it really depends. So every show, I mean, I can only speak for myself. My band, it's an all-star lineup. Everyone in Safe Face are people that I've played music with for like years, not necessarily in bands together, but like adjacently, like doing DIY stuff. So like, they're all pros. They're the best musicians I know. They kill it every time. They're really consistent in that way. So, I mean, we're going to play a lot of new songs. And really it's like, that's the really fun thing about performing in general. But like, I definitely make it a point, like, the environment influences it so much. So like, what's the stage like? How big is it? Can I climb something? Is there shit in my way? Like, what's the crowd going to be like? Is it going to be a big crowd, small crowd? Like, all of those things, like, it's all fine. It's all good. If 0 people watch us, then I'm just going to die on stage, and we'll video it. And it's like, what the fuck was that? Like, that, what?
Did he just guar it right now?
Right. But if there's like, a lot of people there, then I could do like different stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the environment like is so crucial to any performance. So like, that's the most fun thing. I don't know what the set will be like. It could be extraordinary. It could be incredibly underwhelming. It could be incredibly ordinary. I have no idea. I hope that people show up who know the words, and we have a lot of fun. And if that much happens, there's a lot of potential to do really cool and fun stuff. So
I remember like growing up, there was like Dillinger Escape Plan, and like original Foxy Shazam when they first like started touring, and I was like so into it. And then somebody described it as like, these are bands that are dangerous. Like I got kicked in the face by one of the guys in Foxy Shazam.
Yeah.
And then I got kicked in the back of the head by one of the guys in Foxy Shazam. And like Dillinger would just like run off the stage and like
legendary band.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. So it's like, there was this era of like not a lot of bands that were dangerous. And then I feel like we had less bands that were dangerous because Foxy and Dillinger stopped doing it. Do you feel like, because I feel like you're saying not a threat, but in a way, just like if you miss it, like you're going to miss some danger, some excitement, some possibilities.
Yes and no. Like I don't want to hurt people. I want to hurt myself, but I don't really want to hurt people.
Right.
I think the thing with those bands is like people who went to those shows wanted to get hurt. And if that like develops, like, all right. I mean, I love that. Like I would go to shows with the intention of like not getting hurt, but like I'm very okay with that. You know, it's like when, you know, it happens once a month on Twitter when everyone's like, why would you mosh at this show? Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, maybe you haven't been to a show like this, but like, this is what happens. And it's like the part of the social contract of going to this band's show is you understand, like, this is what happens. So like, you're signing up for that in a way. But I mean, like I've hurt my band members enough from performing, and I try and not do that as best I can. And I'm still learning and getting better at that. I'm very okay with hurting myself, but it's not like I think that's cool. It's just if it happens, then that's fine. Is it entertaining? Like I just want to put on the best performance, whatever that means. That's the only thing that I really think about. But as far as dangerous bands go, like I take massive inspiration from them, but I also don't think I would put us in a Dillinger echelon. Like,
save face, just like Dillinger Escape Plan.
Yeah.
Someone who's really into Dillinger is gonna walk up and be like,
yeah, well, all right.
Yeah.
Why are we throwing hands?
I mean, I've definitely like referenced Dillinger talking about like performing and stuff like that. It's just like, I don't like the idea of hurting people, especially people that like don't want that. So
of course.
I feel pretty strongly about that.
I mean, one of the reasons that I got kicked in the face from Foxy Shazam was because they tried to crowd surf, but I was standing front row center and I'm 6'1". Yeah. So there's like, I don't really have a choice, man. Like I got to jump high enough to get over you and onto everyone else. So your face
like
is just
those hurdles when people like do track.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was not prepared for that. Cause I think Eric Nally is like 3'8".
For sure.
He's a short guy.
I definitely used to crowd surf a lot as like a fan, and then performing I've done it a little bit, but I mean most of the time I'm holding a guitar and like you can do that, but like it's like a whole nother like variable in it. I'm at a point in my life now where it's like I look out in the crowd and there's a lot of like smaller people than me, and like being a person who is like kind of tall, just feels like maybe I shouldn't do that, especially like if I'm performing. Like I don't know, something would have to change. Like if the crowds start getting super feral and it feels like the vibe, maybe I would, but I don't think I would feel comfortable like doing that, you know. But yeah, I mean, it could be fun. If I was front row for a band I liked and whoever crowds start, like, yeah, it'd be fucking crazy and cool and fun, but you know, I don't want to assume anything like that.
I mean, I think it was when we saw Kenny Hoopla 3 times this year, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I was in the pit for his Lala set, and he was trying to crowd surf so hard, and eventually he just jumped in the crowd because he just does that. And he was in like this pit, and he was trying to be like, "Oh, pick me up, crowd surf," and he was doing the motions. But we're at Lala, so you get a lot of people who just like have never been to a show like that.
Yeah.
And I was only lucky that I could only kind of pick him up because he's close to my height. I'm 5'1.5", and I'm like, "Someone help me! I'm not that strong. I would like to think I am." Finally, they got it, but I was like, that is my max on my own.
That's the interesting thing. We were talking about this, like, I forget who I was talking to. I was at the first show and the last show of the last Prince Daddy tour, and those are friends of mine. And first show at the church in Philly, and Corey was like, "Hey, I really would like you to crowd surf like immediately to like get it going." I was like, "Okay, like sure." So I did, like, a second into the first song or whatever. And a lot of pretty painful crowd surfing ensued. Like, it hard to watch stuff. And it's all people who just, it's probably the first time they've ever crowd surfed. It's probably the first time they've ever been to a show. And there's something really beautiful and innocent about that, for sure. It's concerning that someone's going to get hurt, because if you kind of don't do it right, you can hurt yourself or other people around you. I mean, you could get hurt no matter what, don't get me wrong, but like, you could probably make it worse if you don't really know, or you're afraid to do it and you're like not committing to doing it. But it even like kind of brought up a conversation of like, it's just funny how things that touch punk culture allow for like people to get involved who don't have any experience in like a punk or like alternative music scene culture. So like, there's aspects of a lot of pop punk bands, or even like whatever bands, just live music. People, are going to see a Kenny Hoopla fucking TikTok of him crowd surfing, or people crowd surfing, or a pit. And that could be the thing that gets them to their first show. And they like have this idea of it and this concept of it. And it's very like cinematic or whatever, like in their brain. But it's like all this behavior is like a part of like various different like subcultures and stuff. And like, that person is not as like kind of schooled or familiar with that. So then you have things where Kenny wants to crowd surf and like no one even knows like how to do that or initiate that. And it's because like these aren't, it's like a different world. And I think that there's some like, as kind of funny as that is, I mean, I guess it's nice. Like, I don't think things should be as like divided. Like, I think that like anybody should be able to get into like any kind of music, and like that's great and like better for everyone, I think. But it is funny for sure.
Lizzie is exactly the person who gets mad when they don't know how to crowd surf.
Yeah. It could be challenging to deal with in that environment. But
I don't remember what show we were at, but it was around Lollapalooza, so I don't know if like it was at that Kenny show, but there was like somebody who tried to crowd surf, and I just saw like their legs flailing in the air for like a good minute or two. Like they like couldn't get like the upper body up, so it was just like legs, and then the legs were just like moving throughout the crowd. Yeah. And you're like, okay, I feel like somebody needs to help with this.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be me, but somebody needs to help with this.
I think we were too far away to even make an attempt to help. We were just like,
pick him up by his front body. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing? Just letting his legs dangle there in the air. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, hilarious. And I do think that like, when I was like going to shows for the first time, there certainly was like that experience of like, I have no idea what they're doing right now. Mm-hmm. They're just like, people are just assuming the position of like holding a person up in the air and moving them through the crowd. This is mind blowing to me, but I didn't have like a TikTok to teach me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like I just had to learn that on my own, and just like,
well, that's what I mean is like, I feel like there's accelerated learning when you go to a punk show.
Yeah.
And then it's either you're going to get the shit kicked out of you like as a byproduct of everything going on, and you're going to leave, or you're going to stay and kind of learn the hard way of like what this is going to be about. And it's just different, like that's, I, like you, started going to punk shows when I was very young, and through doing that, I learned about, that kind of world and associated behaviors and like how to do them, how to, you know, stay safe and not hurt, I guess. But yeah,
I learned
know how to protect like your facial and teeth extremities as much as you could.
Did you say save face, Lizzie? Is that what you're saying right now?
Oh,
Come on, Lizzie.
I was also
come
trying
on.
to like knock loose a
Pain.
a tooth.
Knock loose a teeth.
A whole teeth.
I learned very quickly, like, I'm going to stand at the back and just listen to the show. And that way I don't get crowd surfed on.
Yeah.
Lizzie keeps trying to yeet me into the pit, though, and I keep saying no.
It depends. We saw Meet Me at the Altar and Nothing Nowhere when they dropped off that one tour, and we had a day's notice, and they were playing Beat Kitchen, which is like, what, 150 cap venue?
Yeah.
And we were like right there, and Brian was like kind of on the side, and I just flung my entire being into him. I said, here we go.
Like,
that's awesome.
There's very few bands I will get in the pit for. I will say, I think Safe Face is coming up as an additional band to that roster. Like,
that's excellent. Yeah.
Foxy, Every Time I Die, Enter Shikari, like those are bands I'm like, dude, I gotta be up in there. Like, I know every word to every single song. Like, they're going crazy. I want to go crazy with this crowd. Yeah. It's like, that's what I need. I've gotten older and more tired, so it's hard for me to like exert that much energy.
Absolutely.
Do you need a puff of my inhaler to help you?
I need a puff of something. I need a vitamin mid set to get me going.
Gotta take that vitamin, that multivitamin.
Gotta take a multivitamin.
Everyone's make sure to smuggle in your multivitamin into Riot Fest.
Yeah.
So you're ready.
God, just a bunch of kids doing multivitamins in the Save Face pit.
That's fucking sick. I hope so.
Hey guys, this time we're gonna take a quick intermission break. Everyone get out your multivitamins.
Yeah.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, do something else.
We should do a stretch. That'd be a good one. Because I could probably use a mid-set stretch. So to do everybody stretches and takes their vitamins, that might be a good move.
Everybody should try to do the RB move and just do a complete back bend in the middle of the set.
Yeah, loosen yourself up. Like,
if only.
Get the spine aligned.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
If you spend all day working at a desk, definitely just do a mid back bend and look at Save Face and RB specifically as your example of that.
Yes. Yeah, one day you'll get there. If you do enough yoga, you'll be able to back bend pretty far. Can't confirm.
I gotta improve. That's not my. That's Robbie's move.
I'm already feeling my shoulders like leaning forward now, and now I'm like, no, channel it, and just bend backward while ripping the bass, which I can't do. Yeah. We got a few minutes left. We're gonna chat a little bit over on Twitch as well. So if you are here for the live recording, hang out. We got if you have any questions, we can always do that over there. But before we go over to Twitch and talk with all the lovely people there, let's get out all the plugs. Let's get out all the promo. Let's get out all that good stuff. Yeah. Obviously, another kill for the highlight reel is the record. It's so good. I'll say it so that you don't have to I don't know, say it for yourself. Like,
I'll say it for myself too. It's really good. You're right.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You're welcome for showing it to you, Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you for making it. Thank you, Lizzie, for showing it to me.
Yeah. I mean, just listen to the album. There's going to be, there's the live sessions we just put out. Those are going to make it to Spotify in the near future with like a cool thing that we're doing with the album and like the 1 year anniversary. So that's cool. And just check it out and check out the live sessions and get to a show. I mean, that's just kind of all I could really say. Honestly, I have nothing else to plug other than just everything that this band does. So we have shows, gonna have shows next year, gonna have new music. So there's a really incredible group of people that like this band. Some of them are super, super supportive and are in our Discord. And other people just like show up to shows, and no matter where you fit, there's like a place for you, and you'll find friends in people that like this band. So if that sounds enticing to you, you should consider checking us out. So, yeah.
Go watch the video for Glitter. I think it'll change your brain. It'll make you. I think it'll make you a better person.
Something different to you.
Yeah.
Like literally the day that came out, I'm like, I love this band. I'm done. Okay,
that's fire.
We're in.
Yeah,
we're sold.
Thanks.
There's nothing else. There's nothing else I need.
Oh yeah.
That was another. I was saying before we started recording that every time I think of Save Face, I just get the song "Another Kill" for the highlight reel in my head, but it was Glitter before that.
Nice.
So it's like,
yeah.
I wish I just like could have a minute of silence, but no, I just got this. It's got bangers rocking around in my head at all times.
That's a great way to be. Yeah, I didn't even like that song at first. Title track was my least favorite song on the album for a little while. It was the last one we wrote. It was recorded instrumentally before lyrics and melodies were really written because we didn't really have time. And then I like it a lot now. It's great. I mean, I think it's the most popular song and it makes sense. But yeah, for a while I was like, it's fine, but it's pretty good. So listen to that song. Listen to my former least favorite song.
Yeah. So that it can become your favorite
now,
song.
Is there a current least favorite song on the album, or are they all at the same level?
If I had to pick a least favorite, it'd probably be a song called The Perks of Not Being Able to See Your Own Reflection, which is track 7 on the album. Probably, I mean, coolest name in my humble opinion, but I would only call it my least favorite because we don't play it live ever, because it's really hard to pull off live because there's a lot of components in the song that are difficult to replicate in a live setting. So we don't really play it. But even, I mean, that's, if there was a song I really didn't like, it wouldn't be on the album, all the songs I think are really great and worth listening to. So, yeah.
Is the song Bury Me Tonight the one that's on Rock Band?
Sure is.
Oh yeah.
Sure is. If you
look, I still play Rock Band. I still play
it.
Brian was doing Rock Band streams on Twitch for
They're coming back, by the way.
Do Save Face.
I'm gonna do it.
Bury Me Tonight, please. Yeah. Don't know why it's in there, but it's in there.
It just showed up one day.
Look,
like, okay, nice, nice.
Yeah. I love that song. So I mean, I'm glad they picked that one. But yeah. Thank you for. I mean, I forget about that all the time.
I like when we were like setting this up and like going through Twitter, like when it was released on Rock Band, like everyone in your mentions was like, "Yo, Bury Me Tonight's on Rock Band." I'm like, there's still a community for this game. I swear to you,
there is. Yeah,
I am I like remember I bought every Guitar Hero game. I bought every Rock Band game, and I was like, way too much plastic instruments, and I don't know how to play a real instrument.
Yeah,
but whenever a band that I like, and I still get this sensation now, like when I saw Save Face on there, I'm like, yo, they're in Rock Band. We got to go. Like, get the party going. Let's get everybody together.
That's awesome.
And everyone's like, dude, no, we're not playing Rock Band. It's 2022. All about Among Us and Fortnite. And I'm like,
yeah,
come on, man.
That's funny.
Come
on, guys. So I'll definitely be playing that. We'll Rock Band stream's coming back. I'm saying it here on a live recording so that everybody has to hold me to it. Yeah. And then everyone's going to be like, Tyler, did you see Brian like not know how to play your song?
Post it
Rock
up.
Band?
Definitely post it up. Stream it. We'll clip it. We'll whatever. I don't know. I know a couple buzzwords for Twitch, but
on God,
Yeah,
on God.
On God, we'll clip that shit. We'll clip it and ship it, bro.
What if people started just saying "on guard" again?
On guard,
kind of like a pirate or something.
Yeah. Like a sword. Cool. Pull out your sword on guard.
Yeah. I think that's what should happen. On Guard needs to come back in a major way. In a way it hasn't come back in centuries.
Yeah, come on, the French.
Come on.
Yeah, we have to, probably, right? I don't know.
What's funny is I was talking to one of my friends. He works at a Ren fair and he sells swords. And he was like, oh, well, I just got a new job at a car dealership. I sell cars now. And I'm like, okay, but what's more important, a sword or a car? Oh, yeah. And I keep hearing arguments that it is the sword.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Next time you got to be like, on guard?
Yeah.
I'm going to roll up to the B-dubs hang on Sunday and be like, on guard?
He'll tell you anything and just be like, on guard? And be like, dude, stop it. I'm not selling swords right now. Damn.
No, I'm trying to duel your ass right
Yeah.
now. Take out your
come
sword.
on right now in
On
the
guard,
suburban
bro.
B-dubs
Yeah.
during the sports ball game. I don't know what game is on. I just know I'm here
It's a football
for the
of some
hangs
sort.
and the
Yeah.
fight.
Or a handball. A game that would be much better with swords is all I know.
Yeah.
True.
Well, then we'll go ahead and we'll wrap up the recording of the pod here. We're going to continue to talk with everybody over on Riot Fest. Riot Fest giveaway is what I was reading with my eyes, but I was saying it with my mouth too. We're going to do our Riot Fest giveaway and talk with everybody over on Twitch. So we'll go do that. Talk to all the lovely people over there, answer some questions, but just to wrap it up, go listen to Safe Face, go watch the videos, go watch the live videos and recordings and such. Follow, enjoy, and Tyler, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you so much for letting me talk about my band. That's all I got.
That's awesome.
That's it. That's good.